Today for lunch, I am making this dish right here with a few modifications. I have some ingredients I want to use up, so the flavor profile will be the same. However, the cut of meat will be different and possibly the texture of the chestnuts. We will see. But this is basically pork with honey, rosemary, potatoes, and chestnuts, and it just tastes fantastic. It's very, very delicious. And sometimes I will make it for Christmas because I'm not always very traditional when I cook holiday meals, but we didn't have it this year, so I've been hankering for it. But here's the recipe. Pork chops with black pepper, which that completely understates the delightfulness of this recipe. Like I said, the sweetness of the pork with the honey and rosemary is just, it's like the chef's kiss, okay? So you can kind of see the recipe there. And as I said, I'm going to make modifications. I bought these chestnuts at the Asian market. However, they feel very light, and I'm going to see if they're not past their date already. So I scored them and I'm soaking them right now. But as a backup, I have these. I am using some fresh rosemary and sage for this dish. It really makes a difference if you use fresh herbs, so please try to get those if you can. I love my kitchen garden exactly for this reason. Now this is white sage. I'm not going to use this in this particular dish. I'll use regular sage. I'm saving the white sage for a pumpkin white bean chicken soup I'm making later in the week. For this dish, you'll want to use Yukon Gold potatoes, but I didn't have any. I had russet, so I'm going to use those, and it's okay. Don't forget to add some salt to your boiling water, and after you finish boiling these, you're going to want to set them aside until you're ready to use them for the next step. I am using pork tenderloin instead of pork chops, and I'm just tenderizing them nicely first. After you have your potatoes and chestnuts ready, add them to a frying pan with salt and pepper, and you'll also want to add red wine vinegar. I didn't have red wine vinegar, so I used a little bit sherry and a little bit white wine vinegar, and it turned out okay. In the meantime, I'm going to add the oil to the pan where we're going to fry the meat, and this is just olive oil. Okay, normally this meal you would be done with a nice pork chop. However, I had some pork tenderloin I wanted to use up, so I cut it and just tenderized it, and we're going to use this. So I added the sage and the rosemary. If you were doing pork chops, you would need to do these in batches, so probably 2 batches. And then you would finish them off in the oven. However, since this is a pork tenderloin, it's already tender and juicy and thinner, I don't need to bake these. So we're adding the chestnuts and the potatoes. I'm going to grab the rosemary over here. And now we're going to dip the honey in there. And I used a lot more than the recipe calls for. Alright, we're just going to let this simmer for about, I don't know, maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Like I told you, I deviate from the recipe. But this will be our lunch today. Alright, we're about ready to plate this up. I'm going to add a little bit of salt. I love this one. It's from Sicily, just Mediterranean sea salt. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy. Have a Happy New Year.